everybody, it's Grant, and today's video is all about what location you're going to put your business to make sure it thrives. In today's video, we're going to talk about demographics, we're going to talk about population, we're going to talk about how much people are spending on that particular service or good that you're actually trying to get into business with, and we're going to just talk about general thought process, so that way you know, man, is my city right for me? Is the population big enough? And then just how to put it all together to make sure that you put the best chance for you to succeed towards your business. So the first thing I want to talk to you about in today's video is going to be demographics. So demographics are going to be how much people are spending, the amount of people, the population, but I'm going to talk about that separately. And also the income of the area, as well as what other restaurants, franchises, businesses are around there. Understand, if you're starting to kind of look for the same demographics as a successful business, then you're going to have a better chance of having a very successful business yourself. But let's go ahead and talk about income. You're going to want to go ahead and find someone with a very high income area, a very densely populated area, and a place that is already used to spending money on that good or service that you're trying to go into business with. You can actually look up all of this. You can find it with a real estate agent that's going to be trying to lease you a space or sell you a space, or you can do your own research online. I do recommend to go with somebody that does this for a living, like a real estate agent that's going to be able to kind of guide you in the area, especially if it's not an area that you currently live in or are familiar with. Another thing you can do with demographics is try to follow another successful business chain. I understand you might be wanting to do a fitness concept that has nothing to do with Orange Theory, or you might want to be doing a juice concept that has nothing to do with Orange Theory. But Orange Theory has a great demographic for that same health, that same fitness, that same concept as Main Squeeze. Main Squeeze wants to be better. They want to feel better. So we track Orange Theory's actual demographics. If an Orange Theory goes there, they're going in a densely populated area, they're going in an area that has high income, and they're going in a place that actually spends money on health and fitness versus cheeseburgers and Happy Meals, right? So what ends up happening with this, if you go and follow a successful, already wildly a successful business like Orange Theory, and you track their demographics, you're gonna have a better chance to have a very successful business yourself. Now, the second thing I want to talk about in today's video is population. I know that's part of demographics, but we got to really think about this, because part of the thought process is, Grant, I have, 12,000 people in my city. I'm the mayor. Everyone knows me, blah, blah, blah. But even if you were the most popular person at your high school, the person that was valedictorian and whatever, great. But if you don't have the population in your city to be able to put that business to thrive, because you need the numbers to work, maybe we need to think to ourselves, this isn't the place to put it. So I'm going to put all this together later, but what I would suggest for you to do this as far as population, find a place that's actually going to suit your needs. And how you do it is, if you aren't going to work in that particular business and you're going to hire a manager, then this is definitely for you. If you're going to work in it yourself, it might be something that you might need to move to make sure that your business thrives. So what I would do is I would take your location, put a dot on the map, and then do a 150-mile radius, which is about a 2.5-hour drive, 200 to 150-mile radius, and find the best, sweetest, most densest, wealthiest population area that you can find that has those sick demographics that other businesses are already thriving in. So that way you don't open up a business, put your life savings into it, and become a statistic and don't make it after 6 months to 5 years. So the third thing I want to pinpoint in this video is spending. You have to go somewhere where they're already health conscious, if you're going with a health concept, gym friendly and paying for that gym membership if you're opening a gym, right? People need to be used to spending that. You don't want to go into a vegan community and put a Popeyes. It might not work for you, right? You have to find that market with all these other things that are actually interested in that product or service that you're trying to do. And the last thing I want to do in today's video is put this whole thought process together. So if your population in the city that you live in is not big enough, then I would suggest, if you're going to run the business yourself, move. If you're going to be able to hire a manager that's going to take care of it and treat it as if it's your own, which is hard to find, maybe that's something you can still drive 2.5, 3 hours to go to, And that way you can check on it, make sure you keep your quality, make sure that you keep your finger on the trigger to where that business can keep thriving, and you don't expect them to sweep up. You don't expect them to clean up. You don't expect them to go and prospect and make more sales. You want to make sure that you inspect what you expect. And you need to have a reasonable driving distance, right? So if that's going to be the case, like I said, put a dot on a map, draw 150 miles to 200 miles of a radius, and try to find that sweet, sweet city that's already doing the things that you want to do. As well as track demographics to very successful similar concepts, or concepts that are more luxuries like Orange Theory. For example, if you track Subway's demographics, they kind of put them everywhere. They're not as worried about that thing failing because they're very inexpensive to open. But in Orange Theory, you have to have enough money to spend $40, $60, or even $100 a month on a gym membership when there's a lot of them doing it for $10 to $20. So that is a luxury spend. So by tracking that place, they're already used to spending a little extra money. They're already used to more of a luxury service. So if you're trying to mow their lawn, they're willing to hire you versus do it themselves. And if you're trying to do some kind of healthy food concept like Main Squeeze, they're more willing to pay for it because they believe that if you pay for it now, you might not pay for it later, right? The very last thing you need to do in this whole concept is do it. If you're wanting to start that business, don't write it down. Don't put it in the drawer and forget about it. Do it. I hope this video was very helpful. I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next one.